rain's really coming down today. Everything looks so misty too, just because it's melting all the snow. This is the only unfun part about snow. When it starts raining, everything gets slippery and slushy. Apparently there's huge warnings too. Like this one here says what? Coastal BC residents urged to prepare for atmospheric river packing several powerful rainstorms. Special weather statements cover most of the inner south coast, including Metro Vancouver, as the weather office says another atmospheric river packing heavy rain is due to hit Tuesday and continue for 24 to 48 hours. So here comes the rain. With that in mind, one of the first things I read today too actually dealt with things like the weather. It's kind of interesting. This one dealt with drone delivery with the UPS, where they're saying the biggest factor on why it isn't mainstream yet is because of weather factors and trying to fly a drone. This one says, UPS CEO says wind and rain are holding back delivery drones. United Parcel Services Inc. has been experimenting for years with drone deliveries, but that doesn't mean the tech is ready for prime time. Prior CEO David Abney, a vocal proponent of drone delivery who saw the technology one day ferrying packages to rural homes, pushed UPS to become the first company to gain Federal Aviation Administration authorization to operate a drone delivery airline in 2019. Funny enough, with that statement, I would imagine one of the biggest obstacles are the regulations, because there's plenty of companies like that other story of things like Zipline, where they went to different countries in order to do their operations and then they came back, I guess, afterwards. So it makes you wonder, would it truly be about weather and tech capabilities that stop things from being innovated, I guess, quicker, or is it due to things, for example, restrictions? And it sounds like Facebook is getting into some trouble again. This one here says, Facebook loses bid to dismiss US antitrust lawsuit. Facebook had asked US judge for dismissal, saying FTC failed to establish it had a case. The US judge hearing the Federal Trade Commission's antitrust case against Facebook said on Tuesday that he would not dismiss a lawsuit in which the government asked the court to demand that Facebook sell two big subsidiaries. So one of those, I guess, stories of companies are a monopoly and they need to break up. It says Facebook, which is now owned by Meta Platforms, had asked Judge James Boasberg in Washington, D.C. federal court to dismiss the lawsuit, arguing that the FTC failed to establish that it had a case. The FTC's high-profile legal fight with Facebook represents one of the biggest challenges the government has brought against a tech company in decades, and is being closely watched as Washington aims to tackle big tech's extensive market power. That makes me wonder what they would break up. For example, they bought companies like Oculus before, so they're really into VR, so would they force them to actually sell that part of their business? I highly doubt it, because that's kind of their future. They also bought things like WhatsApp, so would that have to be divided? And just to answer a quick question, when you guys just asked, what do I carry in terms of gear and stuff like that? How do I keep the power running? Honestly, I don't usually carry things like an external power device, and in terms of equipment, I do carry like the camera and drone with me pretty much every day, because you never know what could happen. So first I have like here, the actual camera itself, that's the Sony one that I usually use. And then I have, for example, the smartphone obviously, the drone in the backpack, and as well in my pocket I have the thermal camera, which is basically this. So I attach that to the smartphone. That's pretty much it for the day. It would be nice to have a weatherproof drone too during times like these, but one of the best shots I ever got actually was when it was raining. I still brought the drone with me. All of a sudden it disappeared and you had this awesome sunlight and mist and all that. Squirrels are definitely hiding today. Looks like there'll be no flying today too. And I was just thinking, usually I just do the archive, but as I said, during the new year I wanted to try to do some different things artistically, so I'm trying to think what I could do differently for this. I'm using like archive footage and all that, so I don't know. I'll think of it, but in general, I just think I haven't been going as fast as I would like in terms of trying to change and do different things. I know some of you guys notice and comment on like the different intro and all that. I think that's my example of trying to make everything more, I guess, fluid, kind of like a story, so to speak, versus just everything cut in pieces, if that makes sense. So let's see what we do. Alright, see you guys later.